Jay Inslee has brought his presidential campaign to Portland with hopes for the White House. Good evening, everyone. I'm Maggie Vespa, and the Democratic candidate just wrapped up a tour of a labor union training center. KGW's Kyle Leboshi is live in Northeast Portland, and Kyle, Inslee has really built his campaign hopes on one key issue, and that's climate change.
Indeed, Maggie, Washington's governor hopes to separate himself from a crowded field of Democrats by focusing on climate change, and today he delivered that message here in Portland. Washington Governor Jay Inslee spent the afternoon touring the IBEW Local 48 training center in Northeast Portland. Inslee said he's focusing on the need to create clean energy jobs across the country while defeating climate change. Inslee's been a well-known name in Washington politics for a quarter century, but now is trying to become a national figure by running for president. He hopes to stand out in a crowded field of presidential hopefuls by making the environment his biggest priority.
Defeating climate change needs to be the #1 priority of the United States. We have to defeat climate change so that we can give our kids a future. And I believe we're the first generation to feel the sting of climate change. We are the last generation who can do something about it.
Governor Inslee has a pair of private fundraisers in Portland and Vancouver this evening. Then he continues barnstorming around the country with a visit to Chicago tomorrow.